This is a historical fiction excerpt from The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Background. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, a severe drought hit the American Midwest. The drought further stressed the already taxed land, producing massive dust storms that blew away topsoil and destroyed farmland. Many devastated farmers had no choice but to sell most of their belongings and seek greener pastures in western states such as California. This is the situation faced by the Joad family in John Steinbeck's novel, The Grapes of Wrath. In the little houses, the tenant people sifted their belongings and the belongings of their fathers and of their grandfathers, picked over their possessions for the journey to the west. The men were ruthless because the past had been spoiled, but the women knew how the past would cry to them in the coming days. The men went into the barns and the sheds. That plow, that harrow, remember in the war we planted mustard? Remember a fellow wanted us to put in that rubber bush they call guayuli? Get rich, he said. Bring out those tools. Get a few dollars for them. $18 for that plow plus freight. Sears Roebuck. Harness, carts, cedars, little bundles of hose. Bring 'em out, pile 'em up, load 'em in the wagon, take 'em to town, sell 'em for what you can get. Sell the team and the wagon too. No more use for anything. 50 cents isn't enough to get for a good plow. That cedar cost $38. $2 isn't enough. Can't haul it all back. Well, take it, and the bitterness with it. Take the well pump and the harness. Take halters, collars, hames, and tugs. Take the little glass brow band jewels, roses red under glass. Got those for the bay gelding. Remember how he lifted his feet when he trotted? Junk, piled up in a yard. Can't sell a hand plow anymore. 50 cents for the weight of the metal, discs, and tractors. That's the stuff now. Well, take it, all junk, and give me $5. You're not buying only junk. You're buying junked lives. And more, you'll see, you're buying bitterness. Buying a plow to plow your own children under. Buying the arms and spirits that might have saved you. $5, not $4. I can't haul 'em back. Well, take 'em for $4. But I warn you, you're buying what will plow your own children under, and you won't see. You can't see. Take 'em for $4. Now what'll you give me for the team and wagon? Those fine bays, matched they are, and matched in colors. Matched the way they walk, stride to stride, in the stiff pull straining hams and buttocks, split second time together. And in the morning, the light on them, bay light, they look over the fence sniffing for us, and the stiff ears swivel to hear us, and the black forelocks. I've got a girl. She likes to braid the manes and forelocks, puts little red bows on them, likes to do it. But not anymore. I could tell you a funny story about that girl in that off bay. Would make you laugh. Off horses 8, near as 10, but might have been twin colts the way they worked together. See? The teeth? Sound all over. Deep lungs. Feet fair and clean. How much? $10 for both? And the wagon? I'd shoot 'em for dog feed first. Oh, take 'em. Take 'em quick, mister. You're buying a little girl plaiting the forelocks, taking off her hair ribbon to make bows, standing back, head cocked, rubbing the soft noses with her cheek. You're buying years of work, toil in the sun. You're buying a sorrow that can't talk. But watch it, mister. There's a premium goes with this pile of junk and the bay horses so beautiful. A packet of bitterness to grow in your house and to flower someday. We could have saved you, but you cut us down, and soon you will be cut down, and there will be none of us to save you. And the tenant men came walking back, hands in their pockets, hats pulled down. Some bought a pint and drank it fast to make the impact hard and stunning. But they didn't laugh, and they didn't dance. They didn't sing or pick the guitars. They walked back to the farm, hands in pockets and heads down, shoes kicking the red dust up. Maybe we can start again in the new rich land, in California where the fruit grows. We'll start over. But you can't start. Only a baby can start. You and me, why, we're all that's been. The anger of a moment, the 1,000 pictures, that's us. This land, this red land, is us. And the flood years, and the dust years, and the drought years are us. We can't start again. The bitterness we sold to the junk man, he got it all right. but we have it still. And when the owner men told us to go, that's us. And when the tractor hit the house, that's us until we're dead. To California or any place, everyone a drum major leading a parade of hurts, marching with our bitterness. And someday the armies of bitterness will all be going the same way, and they'll all walk together, and there'll be a dead terror from it. The tenant men scuffed home to the farms through the red dust, when everything that could be sold was sold, stoves and bedsteads, chairs and tables, little corner cupboards, tubs and tanks. Still there were piles of possessions, and the women sat among them, turning them over and looking off beyond and back. Pictures, square glasses, and here's a vase. Now you know well that we can take that and what we can't take. We'll be camping out, a few pots to cook and wash in, and mattresses and comforts, lantern and buckets, and a piece of canvas. Use that for a tent. This kerosene can, know what that is? That's a stove. And clothes, take all the clothes. And the rifle? Wouldn't go naked of a rifle. When shoes and clothes and food, when even hope is gone, we'll have the rifle. When Grandpa came, did I tell you? He had pepper and salt and a rifle. Nothing else. That goes. And a bottle for water. That just about fills us right up the sides of the trailer, and the kids can sit in the trailer and Grandma on a mattress. Tools, a shovel, a saw, a wrench, and pliers, an axe too. We had that axe 40 years. Look how she's worn down. And ropes, of course. The rest? Leave it or burn it up. And the children came. If Mary takes that doll, that dirty rag doll, I gotta take my Indian bow. I got to. And this round stick big as me. I might need this stick. I have this stick so long, a month or maybe a year. I gotta take it. And what's it like in California? The women sat among the doomed things, turning them over and looking past them and back. This book, my father had it. He liked a book, Pilgrim's Progress. Used to read it, got his name in it. And his pipe still smells rank. And this picture, an angel. I looked at that before the first three come. Didn't seem to do much good. Think we could get this China dog in? Aunt Sadie brought it here from St. Louis Fair. See? Wrote right on it. No, I guess not. Here's a letter my brother wrote the day before he died. Here's an old-time hat. These feathers, never got to use them. No, there isn't room. How can we live without our lives? How will we know it's us without our past? No, leave it. Burn it. They sat and looked at it and burned it into their memories. How will it be not to know what lands outside the door? How if you wake up in the night and know the willow tree's not there? Can you live without the willow tree? Well, no, you can't. The willow tree is you. The pain on that mattress there, that's dreadful pain. That's you. Ask the children, if Sam takes his Indian bow and his long round stick, then I get to take two things. I choose the fluffy pillow. That's mine. Suddenly they were nervous. Gotta get out quick now. Can't wait. We can't wait. And they piled up the goods in the yards and set fire to them. They stood and watched them burning, and then frantically they loaded up the cars and drove away. Drove in the dust. The dust hung in the air for a long time after the loaded cars had passed.